So you've got a great idea. You're gonna save money, you're gonna save time, you're getting super pumped, and you go to your boss and he shuts you down with the "it's always been that way." Welcome back to Machine Shop Tech Talk, where I bring you the techniques and technology you need to keep your spindles turning and earning. Today is the second video in my continuous improvement series. If you haven't checked out the first one yet, links will be down below in the comments, so check those out, please. I want to help you get started on your journey of continuous improvement. I know it can be frustrating, I know it can be hard, I know it can be maddening, but there's a way through it. Have you ever gotten the dreaded "it's always been that way"? I know I have. It sucks. But it doesn't have to be that way. I want to arm you with some of the tools and skills that I've used over years and keep the spindles turning and get that sense of accomplishment. Now, one of the first times I ever got the dreaded "it's always been that way" response, I was fresh at a shop, I just passed my probation period, and I get put on a job where we're cutting these hydraulic components. They have a little O-ring pocket, and I get told, there's this little nub and you gotta pick and you gotta file it and you gotta polish it. And well, that sucks, but I learned the job and suddenly I realized I should be able to do 60 an hour. I'm doing 40 an hour because the amount of time it takes to do this rework by hand. And I asked my supervisor if there's a way to fix it, and he says it's always been that way. They've been running the part for 5 years. It's always been that way, just deal with it. Now, I do my own research after hours. I come back with a solution. I've already got the "it's always been that way" from my supervisor. I go to my manager with the solution, how I want to implement it, and what it's going to let me do, and I get the go ahead. Thankfully, it worked out. It doesn't always, but I got that chance to try, and I got that chance to prove that I wasn't just wasting his time and money. So what can you take away from this story? How does this help you? Well, one thing you need to know is you're never alone. Sometimes you've just got to try to work with different people on the inside of the company. There's always going to be other people that are hungry for advancement. The second point would be that there is always a way to get it done. And I'm gonna give you some of the tricks I've used to help get my projects pushed through. Now, the very first step in your path to continuous improvement is to stop and measure and take a snapshot of where you are right now. It does no good, absolutely none, to go and improve something when you don't know where you are. You could do a million things and you'll never actually know if it helped. You could be hurting the operation, you could be wasting your time, wasting your money, wasting your effort, all because you don't have anything to measure against. So that's number one. That's the most critical point. Take a snapshot. Everything that's going to be affected by your proposed changes. The best way is to take a snapshot of the whole process. This includes pictures of surface finish, cycle times, tool consumption, spindle time, like my little deburring option there. Is the spindle waiting on the operator or is the operator waiting on the spindle? 2, you're gonna need to know what you want to change. I recommend you pick one thing, one singular thing. The more you change at a single time, the worse it's going to get for you because you're not gonna know for a certainty which one affected what. It's the number one cause of frustration that a lot of people encounter is they change a bunch of things all at once. They have no idea what affected what, and now they revert back and then they gotta start doing it one by one, or they give up completely, which is, again, it's not a good place to be. I wanna help you be successful. And 3, you need to get these figures together, look at your ROI, and see what the investment level is going to be you need to achieve it. All these numbers have to make sense before you're actually going to get approval to go forward. Once you have these numbers, you're on your path. You're good to go. But you might also get all these numbers together and realize, I'm going to need to spend $5,000 to save $100 a year. It happens. That's why having a snapshot and an outline is so critically important. Now with the 3 steps, the 3 points above, once you've satisfied all those conditions, you're on your way to getting your project approved. You might come across a situation where it doesn't make sense to pursue it, and you might be asking yourself, great, but how do I specifically do each one? Well, I'm glad you asked. This is going to be discussed over the next few videos in this series, I am passionate about bringing more manufacturing to North America. I want to help keep your spindles turning and earning so that we can continue to help our economy grow and thrive so that we can all live happy, fulfilled, prosperous lives. Next week video, we're going to be talking about the first step mentioned. That's taking the snapshot of your current position in your process. I talk specifically about machining. However, this can be applied to many manufacturing processes. If you can't wait till next week, please send me an email below. Hit me up with your questions. Send me a number. Let's do a call. Let's get you on your path to success. I'm all about helping other people achieve their dreams. I want to help lift you up so that you can obtain them. We've come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, feel free to give me that thumbs down. Give me that feedback so I can continuously improve. If you haven't clicked subscribe yet to the channel, please make sure you click that subscribe button wherever it is. And of course, share this video with only people you think it's going to help. And until next time, keep your spindles turning.